we're going to talk a little bit about brain health, and we're going to be doing an exercise where we talk about actually decalcifying the pineal gland and like getting it in, getting this brain in its maximum condition to be able to take advantage of these shifts and these changes that are coming at us from all sorts of different angles. Like we can say we're getting galactic support from, let's call it the sun and the planets and the different shifts and alignments within the universe. Of course, we're getting assistance from our archangels, our spirit guides, the galactic team, higher intelligence supporting humanity. And then, of course, there's the shifts and the changes going on within our biology, because as humanity ascends, our biology as humans, like you hear about our DNA getting activated, you hear about us integrating more of our higher self. We hear all these exciting terms, but I'd like to talk about today how this influences the workings of our brain and mind, our nervous system, and we'll do this wonderful exercise on really doing this, facilitating this reboot and this reset with the brain and nervous system. But in terms of brain health, in getting your brain working at its optimum day to day, the things that you know and probably are applying regularly, more and more now are being backed up by scientists and research. And the things that, let's call it, the people in this community have been talking about for all these years, finally they get proven by some sort of university. So it's almost like then it becomes fact. You know, that's how all of a sudden it was in the media this week, and I noticed it. I was laughing because it's like we've been talking about that for years and years and years. But we need a university to tell us that the number one cure for depression is actually exercise. It's no longer meditation, medication. Oh, hang on, medication's actually dropped down the rung, because of course medication's down below exercise, down below counseling and talking things through and getting out actually what's causing the person to feel depressed. So taking medication is number 3 or 4, depending on which university you listen to. So just getting plenty of exercise and getting the blood flow through to the brain and getting our lymphatic system working, which is our brain's waste disposal unit, getting the lymphatic system moving is one of the number one things a person can do to help with their mental health. Then, of course, tied right in there in those top 5 things you can do to help your brain health is to just avoid the things that don't support good brain health. And we all know what those are. Poor diet. So alcohol and sugar and simple, like basically anything white, let's just put it simply like that. So
gluten, you mean bread,
the white flour,
the bread that's rice. Delicious. With a bit of butter and toast and the bakery food, and oh, you want all that stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff. So like we know this to avoid all of that, but what we can add into our diet, because I'm presuming everyone here is, you know, exercising to some degree. Hey, Tracy, good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Having doing your exercise, you're avoiding the things you know to avoid, and, you know, you're modifying your diet. But if you add in simply more healthy oils, like the avocado oil, you eat walnuts, olive oil, like all the good oils, avoiding, of course, vegetable oil, sunflower oil, canola oil, soybean oil, all of those, they're the bad ones. Have those, the good ones, the beautiful natural oils, in conjunction with drinking plenty of water. That then helps to facilitate amazing brain health. You got to go outside and get some vitamin D as well. I could throw that in there, but you guys know this sort of thing. So I'm just quickly summarizing all of that because I could deep dive into it, but you know that already. But once you've got good brain health, that then promotes the decalcification of your pineal gland. So The pineal gland looks like a pine cone. So in Australia, we call it the pineal gland. In other parts of the world, you call it the pineal gland, but we're talking about the same thing. And for those of us who follow a lot of these amazing Instagram pages and Facebook posts, you've seen those wonderful, wonderful, whether they're hieroglyphs or carvings into the stone of the ancients holding the pine cone. Has everyone seen that before? Holding the pine cone, images of pine cones. It's all throughout the Vatican, and like the Catholic Church has all this symbolism in and around the pine cone. What they're talking about is this pine cone, right? Our pineal gland being like the seat of the soul. Like this is the aspect of where the human connects to source, to spirit. And certainly getting your pineal gland activated can lead to, well, not just complete balance in our ability to tap into our intuition, sleep better at night, but also our ability to be able to truly connect more to ourselves, to source, to the divine. And when your pineal gland is working well, you can get really good visualizations, which could come. And of course, Rox, you get good visuals in your meditations. So for those of you who get good visuals in your meditation, or you have very vivid dreams, it can be a sign of how healthy your pineal gland is. And before researching this session today, a lot of the universities have found that in all of the body, the pineal gland is actually one of the areas most prone to calcification in the entire human body. Isn't that interesting? And the number one thing which causes the pineal gland to get calcified is environmental exposure to pollutants, particularly heavy metals. So, guys, I know you know this, but I'll put an underline on it. Avoid fluoride in your water as much as possible. I mean, look, if you're thirsty and there's water at the park, fill up your drink bottle and drink the water because like you're thirsty. But you get my point. It's like what you do every day, if you can be aware of it, avoid it. Your toothpaste, avoid fluoride in your toothpaste. Just cut it. Like there's plenty of other substitutes now.
So you can get fluoride-free toothpaste, right?
The other thing that it's in the top things that calcify your pineal gland is aluminium in your deodorant. So if you're using Rexona, as far as I'm aware, full of aluminium. She doesn't like using the Dove aluminium-free one. She doesn't like the smell. And those pastes that you get at the health food shop, I reckon you smell worse than before. But like I've found one and it's still in a can and it's aluminium free. But those three things are us every single day, because you think about it. Hopefully we all brush our teeth every day. We're drinking water every day and we're putting on deodorant. Most people every single day. And those three things have been found. And I poured through it all, looked at literature, not just, new agey sites. Those three things put heavy metals into our system more than anything else. Then next, of course, is the food that we eat. And then next, of course, is if you've taking any other medication. Then next, of course, is if you've had major surgery in your life. So if you've had an epidural, if you've been into a hospital for some sort of operation and they've quote put you out and you've gone under anesthetic, all of those heavy metals get stored in your glands. Okay, so it can be stored in your thyroid, in your pituitary gland, your pineal gland, your all the different areas of the brain, and then of course all of the different organs and glands within the physical body. So in our exercise, our meditation today, we're not just going to focus on the pineal gland, we're also going to go in and around all of your brain stem. I'm going to take you into all of the different glands within your body. And we're going to clear out the heavy metals. and we're going to get the pineal gland activated. And as your pineal gland gets activated, as it works effectively, one of the major things that you will be able to notice is that your sleep should improve. And for those of you who meditate, when you meditate, have you noticed that when you meditate, it helps you with your sleep? I mean, of course, it'll help you switch off because you haven't got such a busy brain. But the other reason, and this is all backed up by the literature, that meditation helps is because when your brain moves into a relaxed state, your brain is naturally stimulating the pineal gland, which has the number one function of producing melatonin within your system. Melatonin influences your circadian rhythms. So technically, you'll start to sleep better by meditating more because your pineal gland's getting activated. And the better, so the engine's getting stimulated, but you want an optimum engine. So by doing like guided meditation, and this is a big thing that Joe Dispenza talks about. He talks about using guided meditation and intention to stimulate the pineal gland. And then at the same time, after melatonin, the next most important thing your pineal gland stimulates is DMT, dimethyltryptamine. So when you're seeing your visions, when you're getting your intuition, and it doesn't just mean that you might see psychedelics in large amounts. At a lesser amount, this is why when DMT is present in the brain, a person's actually technically more connected to spirit, which might just be more connected to their intuition, listening to their hunches, better able to see patterns in things, read the room, pick up on energy from people. Like your pineal gland working more effectively. And the pineal gland and the spinal fluid both contain the ingredients necessary for the brain to produce this DMT, dimethyltryptamine. So it's present within all mammals. All mammals have DMT present within their system. So by doing this exercise, by stimulating the energy up and down your spine, through some intention, and Dr. Joe does this through breathing, through visualization, and through meditation. You can do all of that together. In a meditative state, you're stimulating your pineal gland, and we're going to be doing that together today in the exercise. And like Rox, you've had moments where you've like got all sorts of colors and spontaneous, like explain it for the other people who are visual, you know, because I'm guessing, because I'm not super visual, right? I can get great intuitions and feelings, but describe the...
So when I double down on my diet and cleaning and the system, like celery juice in the morning. So I juice celery juice, wash the celery juice so the chemicals are off from the farm, and then juice it, drink it first thing in the morning. My body is getting detox. So when I double down on my detoxing, my visuals are way more clearer, like completely, like maybe 50 or 40% clearer. Like it's very proven. And yeah, I'm a little bit sneaky because I bought Colgate with fluoride in it because the kids' teeth on their gums was getting a bit funny with the dentist, and the dentist like, oh, the fluoride actually cleans and it's good for their gum health. So I bought some and I alternate it in the bathroom with the kids. So I've been a little bit sneaky using Colgate and Rexona under my arms with heavy metals in it. So I could be a higher frequency again, but you know, I'm still being multidimensional in life, but I'm very conscious and aware of it. The thing that we're not doing, which I thought was really interesting when Pete told me, was flossing. So the flossing into the gums affects the brain health, apparently. What was the wording on it? The gums get an infection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Infection of the gums is really common and affects brain health as well. So if you've got your pen there, there was an interview, it's on YouTube, Lewis Howe, his channel. We love his channel.
Yeah.
It's something about something greatness.
We'll find it.
And he does an interview with a guy all about brain health, and I loved it. It was like really good because guys, the reason why, and I know you guys know this, but the reason why this is important is because the healthier your brain, the way less chance you've got of getting dementia and Alzheimer's. It's just related to poor brain health. And you double your chances, or you reduce the chance of getting Alzheimer's in half by flossing. I was shocked.
Who would have
Because,
thought?
hey, I've got the floss, but I'm not using it all the time.
No.
So it's normally it's only if I eat popcorn, I get stuck up in there in those bits of popcorn or something like that. Oh, well, I'll do it all. But it's like when I heard that, I thought, wow, I've got to do these things more regularly. And some of you are probably experts in some and not so good in others, but there's just great things in there about things we can do in our everyday life to just improve brain health.
And to be a better, higher vibrational person. So the whole point is raising our vibration. So, detox the system. When you feel that call, have a detox, do a 2-week detox and just double down on it, meditate every day and see the shift in your meditations. That connection to source, the connection to your guides will be stronger and more, you'll receive more downloads, definitely. And with what we were just talking about before, Pete's discussion on the brain health, with the energy, you're transforming. You've just walked through a brand new portal of activations within your DNA. The energy's heightened, so that's a reflection in your body as well. So if you want to really enhance what's just shifted and transformed within your system, going into a detox it's perfect timing. Mid-year. Yeah.
We had a class earlier this week, Graham. Remember we were talking about higher order brain function, and we were talking about how when you're on ayahuasca, you get to like almost see your whole life from an aerial perspective, while every single thing happened and why this, why that, and it all fits together like a puzzle. Well, that's been shown that the DMT has been spreading all around the different areas of the brain, stimulating it and helping us to remember things that often we've thought were laying latent, but at the same time, giving us this like soul ability to be able to tap into, especially if you're aware of it. Like some people just go, oh, wow, I had an amazing experience and speared in the bucket and it was a great night. And others who are more aware go, oh, I got to see why I signed that soul contract, why I came in and I've got issues with my father, my mother, males, females, this, that, the other. You see what spirit's trying to show you if you know to look for it. If you don't know to look for it, I'm cracking Graham up here, but and that's a proven phenomenon. So when we go into meditation together now, guys, I'll be guiding you through. And for those of you who are new to doing a meditation with me, I'm not super visual, but often the visuals sort of come in the form of thoughts and feelings. And I'll do my best to be guiding you through thoughts, feelings, impressions. And we're going to take you up to the ship. Roxy and I had a chat about this as to whether to do it or not, because some of you aren't familiar with that. But for those of you that aren't, I want you to know that 90% of the people on this call have gone there before. And when we do it together, you'll get brought along in that energy, if you get what I mean. So your ability to connect and to be able to pull this energy in and to get these wonderful experiences will sweep you along. And even for those of you that are regulars, I think you're going to notice that, as Roxy was said to me, she said, get them to command their higher selves to activate their pineal gland. And I'm like, yeah, I like that. And it is, because like we're the creators of our own reality. Come
on.
Well, I mean,
well, it's true.
It certainly is.
We're here for a mission. We might as well give it a go.
So, like, that's the power of the intention behind this, because regardless of how well your pineal gland's working at the moment, how connected you are, I'm sure you would all agree we'd all like to connect a little bit better. It's like, heck, if someone was like, would you like to be able to connect a bit better? I'd be like, well, yeah, sure, I would. And, you know, we've all had different things that have gone into us, all these heavy metals. Like, you think about it, it's in all the foods, all the different things in and around us. So by clearing those out through the power of our intention today, I'm hoping that, like, some of you, even in the exercise, are going to be noticing that you start to have the effect almost immediately. So, so this is going to be a really beautiful exercise. So I'll get you to turn down your cameras now.
So we'll turn down the cameras for the exercise. Everyone can get cozy, settled, get a blankie if you want. You can lay down or sit up. And at the end, this journey will probably be about 30 minutes. So if you do need to leave, that's fine. But we do like to see you at the end for sharing, not show and tell, but sharing. And if you do have to run off to anything, that's fine. Or if you're in a process, it's fine. Just process away with your camera off. That's fine. We'll understand.
Okay. So close your eyes.
Sorry about that.
Direct your attention to your eyelids. Relax those tiny eye muscles and let them go. Then feel the relaxation moving like a wave, slowly downward throughout your body. Relax. Let your body go and relax. Breathe in and out. Relax. Feel your lungs being filled with air. And feel the air being released. Feel yourself becoming more and more present. Become conscious of your heart. Feel your heart beating in a normal, natural manner. Your body, brain, and mind is becoming more and more relaxed. As you direct your sense of awareness to your heart, place your hand on your heart. I'd like you to feel into your heart space and feel your heart opening now. Feel yourself surrendering. Opening to the stillness, to the quiet. I'm inviting each and every one of you now into my workshop of the mind. In my mind's eyes, I open up this beautiful invitation to you all. I start to experience you all, accepting the invitation, connecting your higher self, your higher mind, connecting in to each and every one of us on this call today. In my mind's eye, I'm experiencing these beautiful golden lights, these beautiful sparks of the divine coming together, joining together in a high frequency, this synergetic effect of these beautiful old souls coming together to dance, to spiral around, to entwine into one another. And as we tune into one another now in this beautiful coming together of like-minded souls, I feel the joy, the unity, the overwhelming feeling of familiar, surrendering into that now as we come together to experience the power of all of us joining together in this unity. As you feel yourself tuned in for our exercise today, I'd like each and every one of you now to set your intention to call in your spirit guides to be present with us today in this exercise. Set your intention to call on now the Ascended Masters. We're going to call on the Galactic team. We're going to set our intention and ask and call on the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, Sirians, Andromedans, Lyrans. In fact, any members of the Galactic Federation that feel they would like to come through today and to assist us in our session today, they are welcome to come through and connect, should it be for our greatest and highest good. Set your intention now to call on the archangels with their wisdom, their strength, their love to be present with us today in this exercise, in this session. Set your intention to call on the higher vibrational light beings of the 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th dimension, the angelic realms to be present with us today in this session. Breathing it through as you call them in. And now together, all of us setting our intention, really feeling into now, each and every one of us calling on Source. I'd like you to call on the divine to be present with us all today in this session, giving each and every one of us the upgrades, the downloads, the knowings that we may need in this now moment, helping us to see and connect into more of who we really are, letting go of any blocks, any density that may no longer serve us, helping us to feel into that oneness, that unity, that soul song that is within our essence. Breathe that through as we really feel into that intention for this session. I'm going to be placing the entire group now in a protective thought field, a protective bubble of pink, diamond, impenetrable light, ensuring that today in our session only information and vibration that is of the good, the clean, the powerful, the positive is going to be able to come through and to connect. And now that we have set the intention and placed that little blessing over us all, I'd like us to come together as a group and set our intention on raising our vibration up to the higher realms, up to the quantum field. So we're going to be transferring our consciousness up to this high vibrational frequency and this level together as a group now to the count of 1, 2, 3. So you yourself, your light body, now you experience a quantum leap in acceleration as you feel your consciousness racing up towards this higher vibrational state. And as you feel yourself moving up towards this state, allow yourself to let go and become familiar with this process, which is really a part of who you actually are. This is a frequency of vibration that is a lot more congruent with the real you. So a feeling of familiar, a feeling of coming home, of unity and oneness to be here with these other beautiful, like-minded old souls, fellow light warriors. As we move towards this high vibrational state, I'm going to be opening before us now the Stargate, the portal that we're all going to move through together now to the count of 1, 2, 3. And we move through the Stargate now, through this portal, and we move ourselves into the ship. And as you move into the ship, into the vibration room, you'll notice that the vibration of the ship, particularly today, because of the intention that we have set for ourselves today, the vibration of the ship is certainly an energy of rebirth, renewal, rejuvenation. The exercise today is going to be certainly helping you at a cellular level, a DNA level, to don't know why, but they give it must be Pleiadian right away. But I didn't expect this. To feel younger, to look younger at a biological level, help your brain and nervous system stay younger, which is certainly a surprise, and they're laughing about it, but I don't know what it is, but there must be a certain number in the group who've got a strong desire to want to connect to their youthfulness and to stay looking fresh and young and alive, and certainly telomeres, and the stimulation of your telomeres is going to be coming along through this session, which is completely unexpected, but I'd like that too, so definitely welcome. So feeling into now, guys, this Pleiadian energy, which is very strong. So I'm getting Pleiadian High Council. For those of you that are new to this, feeling into electric blue, an energy that's very dynamic. It does joke. It does have this fun, this oneness about it. Certainly the energy of the Pleiadians that are around us today are the energy of what I would call specialists. Specialists in the area of longevity and healing, and they understand the purpose of what we are here doing today in the vibration room, in the ship. Now, there are Arcturians present as well. Quite a number of you on this call have a strong connection to the Arcturians. I know who you are. I'm not going to pick you out name by name, but guys, I can tell those of you that certainly want your Arcturian connection to be present here today. So for those of you new to the Arcturians, just surrender into this energy of an almighty, powerful, unconditional love and wisdom. It would be beings that when you direct your attention to them, I'm feeling for a lot of us, they're on our right, Pleiadians on the left, but your heart skips a beat. I almost got a quiver in my voice there. Tears in my eyes. Your visual, there's forest greens, there's deep purples, there's this like quite overwhelming, beautiful, unconditional love coming from these Arcturians. There are other beings observing, higher vibrational beings, certainly those of you with a strong connection to archangels and to the angelic realm. They are present and sending energy our way, but they're going to work on us today in this standing position, because they're very much wanting us to be aware that in this standing position, our spine is straight. So they're starting today, it's very interesting, down in and around the base of the spine and in and around where your root chakra would be. But they're just stimulating the energy in the base of the spine and sending the energy gently up the spine. And it's not today they're saying about clearing any, let's call them chakra blocks, but it is more about the biology of the human in the exercise today. But the energy of and the stimulating sensation of now this energy gently moving from your tailbone up your back. And you may experience this as a gentle movement within your physical body, as in a warmth, perhaps a tingling sensation, perhaps this is a feeling of directed intention. For others, you may be experiencing a light, or you may be experiencing almost the presence of these beings around you, helping to move the energy up your spine to almost direct our sense of attention and to turn on our awareness to our brain and nervous system. And as the energy moves up the spine, we move it all the way up. It's certainly, as I'm experiencing it for many of you, this Pleiadian blue, this beautiful, what I often describe as an electric blue, moving all the way up the spine. And as it gets to your brain stem, this is where they seem to be doing and directing their first piece of actual connecting and work today. So there is a sheath which covers the outside of your spinal cord. This sheath, this outer protective coating on the outside of your spinal cord, in fact, all of the nerves as well, have this outer protective coating, this sheath. It's being stimulated now. And for some people, there is a thickness, a buildup, a growth at the top of the brain stem, where the brain then joins into, as the nerves cross over, as they go from the left and right hemisphere, as they cross over and join into your spinal cord. It's right in and around that area. They are clearing this area now, this connection. For some, there is cloudiness. There is thickness, an excess of thickness in this sheath, this protection. It's got to do with lack of stimulation of the kundalini going up and down the spine. It is almost as if calcification is not the right word for this, but it is like there is a thickness or a buildup that they're clearing away. It's sort of mucus-like or slime-like, but it's thick, and they're thinning that down so that the connection for the energy moving up your spine, which happens as part of your monthly bodily cycle in conjunction with the moon, the energy is moving up your spine, up and into your brain. This is being stimulated and cleaned right now for each and every one of you. Breathing that through now. So some really full breaths, breathing right in through the nose to the lungs at capacity, and breathing out, breathing in again to capacity. Back out. Energy moving right up now through and into your pineal gland. And as you let a feeling or a picture come to you of your pineal gland, get an idea come to you now as to the general condition of your pineal gland. Now, for each and every one of you, immediately I get a sense that your motor, so to speak, is running. In other words, your pineal gland, your third eye, has this beautiful vibration about it. These beautiful colors of pinks and purples. So while the engine is running, while it is activated, you may now get a sense or a feeling come to you as to there may be areas of inactivity. There may be areas of darkness, or areas where there may be, yes, they're showing now almost like growths, the calcification, build-ups in and around your pineal gland. So let your sense of awareness guide you to where these areas may be in and around the pineal gland. And with the help now of your galactic team, go to work to clean up this pine cone-like structure around the size of a soybean, even smaller, a large grain of rice. See this pineal gland now being cleaned by the galactic team, and whether they use a delicate brush, whether perhaps they need to use a hammer and a chisel to delicately chip away any of the growths. Set your intention now. Ask for help from your team to clean up this pineal gland. And as you see the calcifications, the white growths being chipped away from your pineal gland, tune into, and as you see these areas, not necessarily they are saying for you to know where the blocks have come from at this stage, just cleaning it up and activating it at this stage. We experience all areas of this pine cone shape of your pineal gland Excellent, excellent. Moving inside now there. So you're directing your attention inside now, the pineal gland. And as you go inside, picture the crystalline structure within the pineal gland. So as the energy moves up your spine, it moves into this beautiful crystalline structure within your pineal gland. Getting a sense, for many of you here, you have a connection to crystals, to stones, to the elementals. And for you, that connection helps to stimulate the energy and the connection within your pineal gland. And that's that natural sense of connection, which you may not even completely fully understand. And some people have a natural connection with animals, others with plants. For those of you that have a beautiful connection in with stones and crystals in particular, that same crystalline structure is within each and every one of us in this pineal gland. Direct your sense of attention to it. And as the energy is pulsing in beautifully now through that cleared up sheath that you have cleared off the top of the brain stem, moving up into your pineal gland, experience your pineal gland lighting up almost like Christmas lights, and let the color, the image come to you. For many of you, most of you, violets, purples, right in the center of the brain, sitting in between the two hemispheres of the brain now, as the pineal gland now pulses in these beautiful colors. This has the effect of helping you tap into your higher mind to go to and clean out where some of the blocks, the pollutants, some of, let's call it the environmental pollution that has led to the calcification of your pineal gland in the first place, will show up for each and every one of you. Because for each and every one of you, it is different. But they wanted you to activate that first so that you could use your higher mind and the power of your free will to clear this out of your physical vessel. In fact, they want me to say out of your mind, body, spirit complex. Your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual body influenced by the clearing of these blocks that may exist. So now your brain is being fully lit up, and within your brain itself, particularly in and around your pituitary gland and in and around the limbic system, which governs emotional responses, and your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, experience those areas of your brain now being pulsed with this beautiful Pleiadian blue light, pulsed with the electricity, stimulating pituitary gland, your limbic system. They're guiding you to the limbic system because this influences your fight or flight response, your ability to keep yourself in the present moment and in the now. They're saying for many of you, it has the effect of lengthening your fuse, so you don't have such a short fuse. Not sure who that's directed towards, but someone needed to hear that. You're going to notice this. They're helping you to stay in the power of the now moment. Breathing that through now. Next, direct your sense of awareness to the other glandular systems within your body. So as the energy moves through your lymphatic system now, let your higher mind guide you to where within your lymphatic system there may be heavy metals, toxins, pollutants from pharmaceutical exposure, from petrochemicals, and other carcinogens. They're letting me know that we have had all in this environment around us. Little do we realize the body has this amazing ability to be able to cope with so many toxins that are in the environment around us. However, we can clear these out through the power of our intention, hence transmuting the effect that these may have on our ability to connect. So being guided now by your higher mind, go to these different areas, tuning into the thymus, tuning into, many of you, it's going down in and around reproductive organs, moving in and around some of the internal organs, liver and the kidneys. So experiencing heavy metals now coming out of the physical body, being burnt up into the central sun, these toxins. Some of you, for some reason, seem to be able to almost taste the heavy metals in your mouth. They're showing me some of you are expelling them through the breath, through breathing, and you do it through your exercise. It'll be important to drink plenty of water or green juice or smoothies to clear these heavy metals out after this exercise, but they are being released through your glandular system. So setting the intention now and feeling into these as they leave the body. Breathing it through now, experience the blue energy moving through your entire body. Excellent. So as you feel it now, this blue energy moving through your thyroid, moving through your adrenal glands, lighting them up, clearing them. Excellent. In and around your ovaries, testicles, clearing it out. It's in those different areas, in those glands. Yes, we have 7 chakras, 7 energy centers, and 7 major glands within the body. These glands connect. What they're showing is the physical to the spiritual. So through this cleansing of your physical vessel, you will be better able to tap into that spiritual aspect of you, integrating in more with your higher mind. So as you now just surrender to the energy of this divine help that you're getting, making your last adjustments in this exercise, breathing it through, experiencing yourself as this being of light. That brain cleaned up. So the thalamus, the hypothalamus, the thyroid, the adrenals, your pineal gland. Excellent. Moving through them all. Making sure they're fully clean. Seems to be in and around those internal organs too. Some of you are letting stuff go in and around what I would guess would be the liver and the pancreas, where these toxins have been stored, fully clearing it out. And as it leaves you, feel the energy gently pulsing up your spine as it has been throughout this entire session, pulsing up your spine, going up into your brain and enabling you to connect more to who you really are. As you connect in with this, as you feel your pineal gland now really starting to operate fully. While it was already operating before, there were some areas that just weren't being activated, and now you're experiencing more and more areas of activation within your pineal gland. And for some of you, I can experience now that you're starting to experience the effects of that pineal gland moving your hormones into balance, the balance between your serotonin and your melatonin. Some of you even getting the experience of that spinal fluid moving up your spine and the kundalini moving up into your pineal gland, and the release of that dimethyltryptamine within the physical body, the DMT, the spontaneous expression of light and energy and oneness and connection. This is the physical tool that you will use to help you to be able to connect in more with who you really are. And as you just experience this oneness and this connection now, Tune into any last gifts, any last messages that your team may have for you. Are getting an overwhelming sense from the energy to tell you all that you're doing like such a really good job. The fact that you're putting the energy and the effort into getting yourself here to do these exercises, doing the work in your day-to-day. Like, they understand that it can be hard down here on Earth, hard to deal with the frequencies of the 3D that are in and around us. They feel your longing to want to connect to the higher vibrational states of being. They understand that, and they're sending the love and the energy and the support to you, and knowing that if you ask, they will assist. Feel yourself now giving your gratitude, showing your appreciation. I'm going to be moving your light bodies now over towards the Stargate or the portal. And as a group, I see some of you skipping and singing and celebrating. Just feeling into the energy of this exercise as I move you through the Stargate and the portal now. I'd like you to start to feel your consciousness, set your intention to feel your consciousness moving back into your physical body. And as you yourself, your light body moves into your physical vessel, your physical body, and I close the Stargate behind you now. Just tune into how you're feeling now within your physical vessel. Centered, relaxed. You might notice as you go through the day, and I'd like you to be a lot more aware of your ability to be in connection with this sixth sense that you have just activated in this exercise. So throughout the evening, today, tomorrow, wherever you are in the world, be alert and aware of you just feeling into higher order brain function, feeling the connection of you with the spirit molecule, feeling yourself in this state of just being present in your day-to-day life. And the energy moving up your spine into the brain, connecting you in with your true self. Breathing that intention through now. And then in time, when you feel ready, just open your eyes, turn on your camera, and we'll return to the group.